It sounds kind of crazy, but what if I told you that one of the most important, brilliant days of Diwali, the Festival of Lights, was actually created because of the last wish of a terrifying demon? It's this incredible story where, in the final moments, the line between good and evil gets just a little bit blurry, and it gives birth to a celebration that we still honor today. All right, let's get right into this epic tale. And this, right here, is the heart of it all. The tale of the demon king Narakasura and Lord Krishna. It's the ultimate showdown, right? You've got a tyrant who literally plunged the world into darkness, and the heroes who had to answer the call to bring back the light. Okay, so to really appreciate the victory, you first have to understand just how deep the darkness was. And that darkness had a name, Narakasura. His kingdom, Prajayotishpur, was basically a place built on fear and oppression.
And you can really get a sense of his power here. This was not just some king in a regular castle. Narakasura's capital was an absolute fortress. We're talking iron walls, a palace that glittered with dark magic, and literally thousands of demonic sentinels on guard. This was a place designed to keep any and all hope out.
And his evil? Oh, it didn't stay behind those walls. Narakasura became completely consumed by his own arrogance. He started stealing sacred, divine treasures. He even stole the earrings of a deity, who is the mother of the gods. He enslaved thousands upon thousands of people, and his power just grew and grew until he even defeated the gods in battle. His tyranny had thrown both heaven and earth into total despair.
But as the darkness got stronger, a light was getting ready to fight back. The pleas from the gods, from the earth itself, they finally reached Lord Krishna, and he knew this was an evil that just could not be allowed to continue. And wow, what an entrance they made! Just picture the scene for a second. Krishna, the picture of divine grace, and his incredible wife, Satyabhama, soaring through the sky on the back of the great eagle Garuda. As they came down on Prajyotishpur, it said the very heavens began to shake. The battle was on. And the fighting was instant, just absolute chaos. The air was thick with fiery spears and arrows. Krishna, with this amazing calm and precision, let loose his legendary Sudarshana chakra, that spinning disc of pure divine light, and it just tore through the demonic armies like lightning. So when Krishna finally confronts him, Narakasura isn't scared, not at all. He's furious, he's arrogant, and he basically roars these words. He's revealing what he thinks is his ace in the hole. See, he was protected by a boon, a kind of divine promise that said only his own mother could ever kill him. And in his mind, that made him totally invincible. This is where that whole prophecy starts to twist in a way that nobody saw coming. During the fight, Narakasura actually manages to hit Krishna with an arrow, and it stuns him just for a moment. But that one moment, it changes everything. Seeing her husband fall, it just ignites this fire inside Satyabhama. Her protective fury is unleashed, and she grabs her bow with this blazing determination. And here it is. Here's the brilliant, cosmic twist of fate. Satyabhama wasn't just any queen. She was an incarnation of Bhudevi, of Mother Earth herself, who was also, you guessed it, Narakasura's mother. It's such a powerful idea, right? The earth itself, the very source he came from, rising up against his evil. And in that moment of pure protective rage, she fulfills the prophecy without even knowing it. She lets fly a single perfect arrow, and it pierces the demon king's heart. The thing he boasted about became the very thing that undid him. So as Narakasura is lying there, dying, all the rage and the tyranny just kind of drains away. And in his final moments, something totally unexpected happens. He doesn't curse his enemies, he makes a request. With his last breath, he asks for something truly amazing. Not a curse, not a plea to be saved, but a wish for his own death to be celebrated. He wanted his defeat to be a symbol, a moment marked with light, so that nobody would ever forget how truth won out over darkness. Lord Krishna, seeing this genuine remorse, this wisdom in the demon's final words, he was truly moved. He showed his divine compassion and promised him that his wish would be granted. His death wouldn't be remembered for the evil of his life, but for the light that came after.
And just like that, a new tradition was born. The day became known as Naraka Chaturdashi. It's the second day of Diwali, a time for cleansing our homes, cleansing ourselves, and for lighting lamps to remember this exact story, the triumph of light, all made possible by a demon's last wish.
So with the tyrant gone and his wish granted, the whole world could finally just breathe again. The darkness that hung over Pragyotishpur finally lifted, and a new age of celebration began almost immediately.
And the very first act of this new dawn was an incredible moment of liberation. Krishna freed the 16,000 women that Narakasura had held captive, giving them back their dignity and their freedom. I mean, that number alone just shows you the scale of the tyranny that was just defeated.
And so the people celebrated. They cleaned their homes like they were washing away the memory of all that fear. Right before dawn, they lit oil lamps, a symbolic act to make sure that darkness could never, ever take hold like that again. They thanked the gods for their freedom, and the world just filled with joy and light and celebration. But this ancient story, it's about so much more than just gods and demons fighting a long, long time ago. Its real power, its real magic, is what it means for us, right here and right now. Yeah, the source material puts it perfectly with this line. This epic battle, it's really a metaphor for the battle that happens inside every single one of us. It's a story about the human heart.
You know, we all have our own inner Narakasura. It's not some literal demon, of course, but it's that little bit of hate we might feel, that flash of anger, that seed of greed, or that fear that just holds us back from being who we really want to be. These are the inner demons that we all have to face. And that is the ultimate message of this day. Lighting the lamps outside our homes is a beautiful, wonderful tradition, but it's a symbol for the real work, lighting the lamp inside. Naraka Chaturdashi, and really Diwali as a whole, is this powerful annual reminder to consciously choose our own inner light over our inner darkness, to choose kindness, to choose courage, and to choose truth. So, as we think about this incredible story, a story about a demon's final redemptive wish, it leaves us with a question. This isn't just ancient history, it's a living, breathing tradition that's asking something of us. So, on this day of light, what darkness inside of you will you choose to turn into light?